Casual here. The full patch notes have been published ahead of the release of the New Horizon patch. These notes have clarified some of the questions I raised in my Outriders broadcast video and flagged additional features you will want to know about. Let's get into it. With the removal of the timers on expeditions, the 3 tiers of rewards based on completion times are gone. So if you want to, you can now suit up in your Iron Man tank build and roll through expeditions at your own pace, knowing you will be getting the same rewards as the speed runners. But not all expeditions are equal. Longer expeditions like Scorched Lands now reward you with more gear than shorter expeditions like Boomtown. The scaling of rewards is based on the average global completion times recently. In addition, while all expeditions will continue to have bonus rewards, the expeditions that cost drop pod resources will offer increased rarity bonus rewards. Finally, a reason to play them. In theory, all of this will result in a consistent drop rate per minute of playtime across all expeditions. In reality, I think that playtesting will find some expeditions that have time glitches, making them more efficient for farming, like Chemplant's Elevator or Scorched Land's Venomous Perforer. PCF have provided an example table to show how all of this will work, including for Eye of the Storm with its guaranteed legendary to choose from 3 options. Looking at my fastest clear times, I can see that there are still some expeditions that jump out as more optimal, but it's certainly a closer decision than previously. Look out for a video on this topic coming soon. The transmog system still looks to be the best in class for looters and shooters, and I hope that other games take note of this. The notes have clarified just a little about the new guns being introduced in this patch. There are 11 new weapon skins being released, 1 for each type of weapon, but they will not be available through standard drops. As the patch notes say, a little exploration will be needed. My expectation is that these will be found hidden in the new expeditions. The search starts now. The patch notes have confirmed what I spotted in the broadcast, that the reroll of Tiago's inventory will reroll all of the legendary gear he's selling, not just the mystery legendary item. Tiago will still offer 3 weapons and 4 armor pieces which will be generated based on RNG, but these can be rerolled as many times as you can afford. That final legendary item I need to catch them all may soon be in my grasp. The RNG gods are laughing at me now, I'm sure. The buffs to legendary gear sets that were previously announced in September were confirmed for this patch. I covered these changes when they were first announced, so if you want to find out more about them and my thoughts on whether they are any good, follow the link to the video which is on screen now. The proposed changes to Fortress and Moaning Winds will be included in this patch, but some changes have been made to the original proposals. The way Fortress now works is that shots increase your current armor and resistance by 5%, stacking up to 3 times. At maximum stacks, the buff is doubled and additionally grants 30% damage increase for 10 seconds. Since this was first proposed, a couple of changes have been made. The cooldown time between stacks has been reduced from 1 second to 0.2 seconds. And the maximum number of stacks has been reduced from 5 to 3. Both of these make it easier to hit the maximum. I'm looking forward to trying this out on my Devastator with Fatal Symbiont, as the fire rate of the SMG could be really effective for getting the most out of this. Of course, this does pretty much kill Fortress for anomaly power builds, but as promised, PCF have taken steps to address this by buffing class skill tree nodes that increase anomaly power. Investing fully into these will deliver similar damage output to what we have seen before. The changes to Moaning Winds have been addressed through the introduction of a global cooldown, with cooldowns now being per character rather than per mod instance. This immediately makes the stacking of Moaning Winds on all your weapons pointless. However, true to their word, PCF are implementing huge buffs to other mods, so while the Moaning Winds meta is gone for now, the Moaning Winds Radiation Splash or Kinetic Stomp meta may be arriving. Plenty of testing to be done, and I'm excited to see how the meta builds evolve with these changes. The final new thing on mods is a number of bug fixes. I'm sure there are more out there, which is not surprising for a game with as many mods as Outriders has, which can interact with other mods, skills and classes in sometimes unexpected ways. The overall theme of the class tree changes are that the buffs keep coming, albeit some of them are a little questionable. I don't think that anyone currently uses sidearms as their main weapons, and weapon recall in this game is not that big an issue, particularly for Pyromancers and Devastators who are being buffed. Most of the changes to skills the PCF have detailed in the patch notes are ones that are already in play. Sifting through them, I only found one real change coming in New Horizon. For the Trickster, the Lighthouse in a Desert skill, Slow Trap, has been buffed with movement speeds increased by a huge 0.2%, and the revive time for your dead teammates cut in half. Of course, if you're using the Trespasser gear set, which presumably you are if you're using Slow Trap, players inside Slow Trap can't die, so the buff seems more than a little redundant. Way to go, PCF. And that is all. To be fair, the laundry list of buffs from earlier patches is a long one, so much of the foundations were already in place. Now that my hearing has already been permanently damaged, it is great to know that PCF are fixing the audio levels in the game. But the big one that jumps out to me from this list is the quick mark feature for vendors. The ability to mark all items of a certain rarity for dismantling has been in the game for quite some time, but not when you wanted to sell items to vendors. Now you could get around this by marking them up before talking to the vendor, but these little time savers show that the developers are actually thinking about our experience and the pointless time sinks that make the game frustrating. Destiny shaders, anyone? We all like a big package. And a free legendary is always nice to have. So jump into the game over the next couple of weeks to pick it up. And that is everything in New Horizon. Not bad for a free update. The patch will go live at 11 AM here in New York, so get ready to download it. Until next time, Casual out.